Hi, I'm Bill and welcome to my channel if this is your first time dropping in. So this is going to be maybe a shorter video. Tonight I have my telescope outside on my Skywatcher HEQ5. I did the polar alignment and then I decided to take some additional images of NGC 2024. I believe it's Flame Nebula area, and I believe the Horsehead Nebula is over in that direction. But what kind of reached a milestone in a sense, as you saw from my other videos, I've been able to get PHD2 guiding going. So here is the view of PHD2 right now. And I was also able to get Dither functioning tonight. So definitely the next step once you get your guiding going is you want to enable dithering. And let's see if I can explain it a little bit here to those of you that are not familiar with it. Up in this corner up here, that is the guide star that is in the crosshairs all the way over here on the left. Now, I'm not real happy that PHD2 took a guide star so close to the edge, but right now that seems to be working. But if we keep an eye on this window here, and when we're just about, okay, we just finished an exposure, you see that when you dither, you take an image, and then the mount is moved some distance, and I think I set it for at least 10 pixels. And if we look down in the guiding window down here, you can see these sharp spikes. Let me see if I can change the view here. You can see these sharp spikes, and that's when the mount is purposely moving the target a little bit and taking the next image. And what will happen is when it comes time to integrate these images together, there's an algorithm called drizzle, and you use drizzle when you dither, and it should give some enhanced ability to remove noise from the image. Again, I've not used drizzle before. Tonight's the first night that I've been able to get dithering going. So we'll just have to see what the results are, and I'll show the results of the images in another video. But if you watch over in this window here that's tracking the guide star, you see that it's moving around. So here's the image that's taken after each shot. I'm doing 35-second exposures at an ISO of 1600, and about 2042 I'll be at the meridian, so I'm going to need to stop, manually do the meridian flip, and then I'll start imaging again. But if we keep an eye on this image, we'll see that this star here is moving a little bit, image from image, and again, that's because the mount is purposely dithering every other image, or actually, yeah, every image I've asked it to dither by a certain amount. And let's see if I can see. The trouble is when you don't know a lot yet, I'm not sure what I might be able to possibly do to mess it up. But where I set dithering was underneath the guide program here, and right now it's indicating D plus C, and again I'm using Astro photography tool for my main automation software. Astro photography tool integrates in with PHD2, the guiding software, and so when we see the D and C on the guide button, it says auto dithering and auto canceled are enabled. So I'll do another video where I go through the steps excuse me, on how to set dithering up. And in Astrophotography tool, if you're not familiar with it, here's your status window up in this view here, and right now it is starting in exposure 52 out of 80. I asked it to do a run of 80 images because I only had so much time before I would hit the meridian and would have to flip it over to the other side. So just wanted to capture a little bit of what PHD looks like when you have dithering enabled. Again, the Astrophotography tool is where you set your dithering parameters, and then Astrophotography tool communicates to PHD2 on which dithering parameters to use. Then after these sets are captured and I capture all my calibration frames, tomorrow I'll process the data through Astro Pixel Processor, which is the imaging processing software that I've been using. I'll enable drizzle option as part of that processing, and then we'll see what the result is for NGC 2024. So it's a bit faint, the Flame Nebula and the Horsehead Nebula, but let's see what we get as far as results. Okay, I don't think there's anything else really of significance here. Again, for those of you that may not be familiar with Astrophotography tool, there's a log window down here, and it's telling you when the dithering started, when the dithering finished, and then what exposure you're on. Also indicates what your camera temperature is, your sensor temperature. So a lot of information. I know I've gotten some recommendations from viewers to use Nina. I'm familiar with that piece of software. I actually have it installed on my laptop. As you probably know, I'm in my warm house right now using remote desktop connection to connect into my laptop, which is outside. And but I have gotten some recommendations to use Nina, and maybe at some point I will fire Nina up and start to use it a bit. I have ordered a dedicated Astro camera, a monochrome camera, so over the next couple of weeks I'll do some videos on that camera, and you know how to integrate it into your imaging train on my Zenithstar 61 and those type of videos. I also will do the second part of the series, which camera is right for me, to share with you how I got to this decision to purchase the dedicated astronomy camera. So anyway, it was a clear skies tonight. They're going to stay clear all night. I am going to try and go as long as I can. The issue I have is that the Orion area, once it gets around 210 degrees, I have a big old tree that's in the way. So that's going to limit me to maybe sometime around 10 or 10:30. I won't be able to image beyond that. So thanks again. If you like this kind of content, please give it a thumbs up. As always, I welcome new subscribers. What drives the channel are comments and questions. I'm learning a lot from those of you that have taken the time to share information. Surely appreciate that. And other than that, till next time.